Well, yeah, you just said it. Oh, hey, look, I'm a pothead. Now I'm a unicorn. Pothead, unicorn. No, it's simple enough. And that's the thing is, you got to keep in mind, Pisces is, no one is any better than anyone else. Pisces has lived every sign in the zodiac. So that means Pisces is going to have a multitude of ancestors from different lifetimes. Okay, so we understand that. What you're running into a problem is everyone has their own belief system and everyone is stuck in their own ways. Okay, great. So they're creating their own reality, and that's fine. You know, you, you take a class with an instructor. I have no problem telling you what Pisces did that has people baffled, instructors, blah blah blah. So it is. I mean, when you take a class and you utilize the instructor's technique better than the instructor, that shit causes jealousy, envy, people working out of ego, da 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 da. Where you run into a problem is the community, the environment, right? Anytime anyone hits any kind of degree of success, it's going to cause people to get pissed off that don't have any. Okay, great. So then you then you have to pick and choose on who you can help. So that's the energy that is all in the cards, and they're pissed off because they're exposed. Okay, great. We know the light attracts the brightest of lights and the darkest of people working in the dark. That's fine. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, and when I hear you say that, Pisces, this is something so beautiful. Why can't people just be happy for you? Because they're jealous. They want some. That's the spirit of jealousy. You just said it. She just said it. She said, you have to be careful who you have in your energy. But it's what it is. With great power comes great responsibility. I don't want the spirit of jealousy around me. I absorb that shit. That's what my shield's for, to keep me from taking on the spirit of jealousy. I'm grateful for everything that I have. Right? Oh, look at all the stuff that he has. Let's add more burdens on top of him. Okay, now that shit is going back on them with instant karma. That was the whole thing about transcending consciousness with the Buddha. All the star seeds. I want to go home. I want to go home. Cool. Transcend consciousness with the Buddha and you go to the source. The same source that I call in during a QHHT session. Cool. I dropped a Reiki activation symbol. I activated source. My connection to source was activated through a class that I took. What did it cause? Freaking being baptized in fire. That's what it is. The hardest paths come with the greatest rewards. And it will. It'll only get worse. However, I'm also that ascended fire and water sign that's in your cards. So it's what it is. If it gets too hot, I just douse some water on it. It's what it is. What is the problem? Groups getting involved. People getting involved where they shouldn't have. That was the whole point about developing the gifts, was finding a way to better utilize all the weird, the situation. How to better navigate all the weird shit that was consistently happening around me. Why? Drug addicts. Simple enough. They're everywhere. That's what it is. Thieves, trigger demons, drug addicts. I don't give a shit what other people do. The fact that tarot readers are now calling them out because of the sun's connection to the Leo rising Saturn sign, it's just what it is, and I can't do anything about that. Right? As the Schumann resonance raises, number one, these lower frequency entities these lower dimensional beings don't have, lower astral entities don't have anywhere to go. They have to find something dense. be it cursed items or cursed people. People are dense and they hold water. So, and yes, it's an energetic thing. So not being grounded and balanced and that's the whole point. That is everything that is in Pisces cards, is them trying to knock Pisces off of balance. Okay, so if you have an INFJ unicorn or the mystical personality that uses both sides of the brain, if you have one of the, it's basically one bad apple can spoil the whole school of Pisces. So if I know that they're targeting Pisces, well, fuck, I am too. You're never supposed to mess with a Pisces. Is there jealous and envy? Well, yes, because I've done some things that your Pisces influencers can't do. And these girls are saying it. These privileged women, and it's what it is. Do I want to be wrong? Yes. What am I gauging? And I don't care what other people do. But when I know there is Reiki for entity attachment, and then I see a woman up on stage with an entity talking through her, okay, cool. Can we trust that entity? Where there's cults and secret societies all in Pisces cards. Oh, what? You mean the secret? Like the law of attraction? Is that the secret society? Fucking 1 + 1 = what? There is a secret society. What? The Law of Attraction Society? The Secret? That's the name of the movie, is The Secret. What is The Secret? There is no law of attraction. There's only 7 hermetic principles. Right. Is there a catch-22 to that? Yes, because I'm by the law of cause and effect, mentalism, and magnetism, I'm attracting dark entities. You bow to no one. It's not a matter. That's incorrect. I don't mean to correct her. But I mean, I do. I study all of I understand what Namaste means. Namaste means I see the center in you where the entire universe dwells. When you are centered in that place in you, and I am centered in that place in me, in that moment, we are one. I see you and I bow to you. So that's what it is. It's not a matter of you bow to no one. I don't bow to anyone that's not fucking centered and grounded in the universe inside them. The God in me sees the God in you. Energy is everything. It's when they start playing God in someone's life. I have a connection to the Most High through Reiki, QHHT, and classes I have taken. Okay, great. I did things in those classes that I wasn't instructed to do. I took my own fucking wisdom and experience and amplified the shit. When people get the ringing in their ears, the frequencies, you go to a duper, he's going to tell you it's tinnitus. You look up God tones, and you can do psychic things with those. Right? When you are in quiet, silent meditation and you hear that tone in your ear, you can grab it. You can grab it and bring it to the center of your mind. And once you focus on just that tone, you'll hear another one. You'll hear another tone. Once you're able to identify that second tone and hold the first one, you can go and grab that second tone. The class is called God Tones. It's fucking, it never fails. I live across the street from a college. And it's not scratch the last video. I mean, I don't give a shit about the loud mufflers. 3 a.m. is a little bit much. But see, I mean, that goes to show that's the energy in the cards of people going out of their way. They don't even live over here. They'll come through here and honk the horn. Won't stop, and they never call, they never write, they send flowers, but they'll drive by and nail the horn because they know I do hypnosis here. But yet they don't have the wisdom or the experience to know that in a session with me, I spend a good 30 seconds during the technique on removing all outside noises from your consciousness. No outside noises will bother you in any way. I spend time doing that. So it's what it is. Once I have you down in trance, a plane could crash, as they have recently. You're thinking it's going to just fade into the background. Anyone that's had a session with me has been through it. That's why I don't worry about normal outside noises, but dong, dong, or that's what it is. And you got to keep in mind, that's where a lot of the emotional balancing comes in. That's what it is. You're talking about they're trying to poke the bear on a clairsentient. They're wanting to isolate the clairsentient. If you listen to Personality Hacker Podcast, they will tell you INFJ personality advice. That you're talking about like a very, very finely tuned instrument of sensitivity. Going out in public, it's like people are stomping on your scales. that's how they explain it in Personality Hacker Podcast. Anyway, I've said it before. When you hear Antonia Dodge go, I sound nuts just saying this. Well, yeah, it's what it is. That's called fucking heightened abilities. Of course it's going to sound nuts to somebody that doesn't have any. The problem is everyone is intuitive. Everyone is psychic. Everyone has a psyche, suke, or a soul. That's what INFJ seer of souls or psyches or suke means. Anyway. No, they weren't expecting it because I know how Dolores Cannon wrote her books, 20 of them. She was spoon-fed by the higher consciousness for over 20 years. It would give her a little concept and she'd go with it. She'd ask for more, it would give her more, picking up right where she had left off. So by the end of 20 years, she had 20 years worth of build-up for the information that she had. Okay, great. When I read one of those books, it's like INFJ self-talk. It's the same pattern recognition that we have built as a skill our entire lives. If this person does that, then that person will do that, then that person will do that, then that person. That's how we're 10 steps ahead. That's what it is. Are we always right? No, because you have a whole group of half-wits that keep getting in the way and blocking blessings. And, if he's 10 steps ahead, we're just going to have to be 10 steps ahead. It's called the opposition for a reason. It's the ultimate battle between light and dark. Okay, great. Light is information. If you don't have the information, you're in the dark. They left you in the dark without the information. That's what it is. Most people like to keep secrets. They like to hide shit. They don't want you to know who's been doing all this fuckery. They don't want you to know that. Cool. All I have to do is look at them. That's what it is. It's that heightened ability they're talking about. The INFJ's gift of sight. That's what it is, and I'm not stressing it. I'm not... I can listen to the tarot readers. I'm no better than anyone else. They tell you got to cleanse your space. Yeah, I know. They left me with all this fucking extra space to cleanse. You have to cleanse your energy. Yes, I know. They keep projecting all this negative energy at my business. You have to change your diet. Yes, I know. I eat like shit because I believe no weapon formed against me shall prosper. A little bird told me. You got monitoring spirits. Yes, I bet I do. She called geckos. I came out here the other night and the whole fucking door's surrounded with house geckos. That's what it is. But when you hear these readers talking about Pisces is wearing a mask, Pisces is hiding their emotions. Yes, because I also hear the readers that say these people are fucking running into karma and are going to be dropping like flies. Okay, cool. I knew that. They were told that before they started projecting the energy that's now going back on them and making them sick. Before they cast death magic that's now causing natural disasters. They were told not to do it. we had to let go and give it to God. I can't do anything about what people don't believe. They're used to being able to do that to someone. And I'm that rare exception. I'm the wild card to that rule of fucking with people that backfires on them. Can't do anything about that. Oh, so what? They were supposed to get away with it? Simple enough. That's what it is. And if I know that they don't want to see you happy, Pisces, so they're trying to do everything they can to destroy you, and it's bouncing off of you and causing natural disasters. Okay, well, if they're wanting to see me depressed and sad because there's natural disasters, I'm going to laugh about that shit. It's not my fault you're having natural disasters. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of being sad and depressed because everybody just kind of sat around or got together in a group and projected energy that's now causing natural disasters. That was what they wanted. They wanted to, and she just said it last night, they wanted to use their unalive magic. It's a sadistic fuck. They wanted to see their unalive magic work. So they sent it to an individual. It bounced off of that person and worked fucking somewhere. Storms, China flooding, Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day. Who knows? Who knows? You ladies said that they were causing natural disasters, so I went looking for natural disasters. And wouldn't you know, they were named after stepkids on holidays. Imagine that. The universe was giving me the answers that I needed. Okay, right? And then you hear that in the cards. All they want to do is see Pisces sad and depressed. Okay, well, I'm going to be overjoyed and excited that you have natural disasters. That's what it is. Not taking action is still taking action. You get what you give. You didn't give any interception of the energy, you get no interception of the energy. Can't do anything about that. Oh, look, there's an angel. So, yeah, fucking, you think Pisces has birds watching over him? I came home the other day to a yard full of ravens. That's what it is. And then you go all across Tarotland, and the healer's seeing ravens and crows, and you think it's letting me know? That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Tell him, little bird, we can't do anything about that. But it's what it is, and I understand. Yes, this shit is very serious. They let it go on too long because they were scheming and plotting and profiting off of what? The death of your people? I told you that a long time ago. Scissortail. How's all that extra? That's that noise when y'all keep seeing in the tarot cards that Pisces is surrounded by noise and distraction. You're hearing it. That's what it is. That's what I shield from. How is a highly sensitive person so calm, balanced, and poised? Because I've been dealing with that shit for 40 years. Can't do anything about that. No, you can't have the bird, Daisy. Anyway, yes, I agree. Across Pisces Tarot, Pisces, you have a message. This is serious. Yes, Pisces, I understand that. And they're telling you, Pisces, the INFJ has access to the paranormal, period. When you combine that with a Pisces, then you have someone who has access to the spiritually paranormal. You've lived more lifetimes on the zodiac. We've had hundreds of lifetimes. When you hear a reader talking about it's the intention of yes, they were using their abilities for negative intentions. Okay, people, they were using Reiki on your picture. Okay, cool, you can do distance Reiki. by healing someone using your Reiki on a picture. No. These people were trying to block, stop, impede. They were told it was some fallen angel shit. Huge difference between a fallen angel and a fallen angel ascending. That's what it is. And yes, you're right. No one in that group has my permission to use my energy, the likeness of anything I have done on Google. None of that shit. I did all that by myself. I had one individual that I allowed to come in and help me, and they wanted to learn everything, wanted me to pay their rent, wanted me to fucking feed them, and pay them an hourly wage. Come the fuck on. What have you done for me? And now that's the IT guy. That's the IT guy that's in all of the cards trying to find a way to fuck around with Pisces information on the computer. That's what it is. What it is. Right? So now Pisces knows where all that energy is coming from in the tarot cards. Does every Pisces have an IT guy sitting behind the scenes trying to fuck shit up with technology? That's why I don't allow anyone else into my business. You want to be a student? Cool, I'll teach you a lesson. But as far as anyone else coming in to help me with anything, you better have something I have access to. You're not getting access to my shit. That's that energy that's in the cards. Pisces, you help this person. Yeah, fucking that's what it is. You invest in these programs to learn how to better your business. You bring someone in who has computer skills. So then they want to learn everything that you've invested in that's to be done on a computer. They want to learn everything about your business. Want you to pay their rent and give them a weekly paycheck. The fuck? Talk about an energy vampire. And then sit on Facebook and do conspiracy negative memes all day long and fucking gain 100 pounds. So this is basically what it was. Then you tell them, look, you can fucking, you stop us. Look, I can pay your rent or I can pay you to pay rent. It's one or the other. Not want to pay you, give you free rent, buy your fucking food. Who the fuck does that? And just to even ask or assume, just to expect that, you've lost your mind. You can't, and that's that energy that's all over Pisces tarot. Of Pisces, you were kind to these people. They got plenty of blessings, and fuck yeah, wanted more. That's what it is. Now nobody gets shit. The devil, I gave you all the devil for Father's Day. I gave you Lake Isabella. Yep, you get that earthquake for Mother's Day. That's what y'all get. Hurricane Barbara, the whole fucking church can talk about that. That's what it is. That's what you get. You get natural disasters now. Plain and simple. Can't do anything about that. Till you find out where this death cult group is that keeps casting, because that's the problem. That's why these people think that way, because magic has fucked their brains up. I mean, when you've got that energy in Pisces readings about they went and did a group fucking setting in a graveyard. I stopped at a graveyard the day I got that download. Made a video just to fucking throw it back in their face. Right? That's one of the coolest things I learned. And I was just listening to Susan. She was talking about entity attachments, poltergeist, weird shit going on that Pisces is protected from. Yeah, shit's going back on people. I had a client, you know, one of those and I learned something. I mean, I'm not going to say it's one of those know-it-all clients, but they definitely taught me something. But they're uncooperative. They're uncooperative as fuck. Anyway, gave me some knowledge, pretty good knowledge. I've heard these teachings before. Tell me, where did you learn that? Touching a tree in a cemetery. Okay, great. So you have Jinn out of the cemetery whispering your knowledge to you. Okay, I can go with that. Did he have an ability? Yes. Did it draw them into cemeteries so that fucking entities could feed off of them? Yes. Can you explain that to him? No, because the entity won't let you. You say it and they get mad. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I know, but you can read it right here. So you can come over here and read this, and it will tell you the same thing I just did that you want to argue with. So now not only are you arguing with me, but you're arguing about what you won't read. You won't read it. Want to just totally cast it out. Don't know what your fucking problem is, but I'm telling you, it's written right here. Your problem is written right here, and I told you you couldn't believe me, and you won't read it, which means there is nothing anyone can do for you. Plain and simple. What happened to that individual? Got hit by a car. Man, karmic accidents happening all around me, right? And then now you've got a whole community looking for someone to blame, other than taking the kindness for weakness and then projecting negative energy that was going back on them. They were told that. What you put out comes back to you. They were told that. They tested it. They fucked around and found out. I can't do anything about that. Right? You got every tarot reader on the planet talking about what comes around goes around. And they pushed it to the point to where now it's instant. And then that's where your fucking rumors are surfacing, and everyone's running around. Oh, this person got hurt. They're doing witchcraft on them. And no. What they put out went back on them. The spell they were casting hit them in the face. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. That's why you've got reader after reader talking about Pisces is spiritually protected, going through a transformation. Interesting. You think that shit's causing natural disasters? Well, yeah, I guess so. That's what it is. Pisces, you have to release and surrender and give it to God. Well, fuck yeah, I'm not responsible for natural disasters. That's what it is. I'm responsible for 5-star reviews. That's about it. That's what it is. And I mean, that's the energy all throughout Pisces. And now I'm responsible for Pisces understanding why every general reading that they go to is full of Pisces ancestors outing these people. Pisces, you're unlike anyone else. The healer is needed. Well, yeah, in a world that obviously needs healing, and it's what it is. I don't want to heal anyone. I need you to do the work. Fucking heal yourself and others, or you're not going to make it. Right? And then I'm going to have jealousy and envy. Oh, God, we're jealous he's still alive. Oh, we're jealous he heals. Oh, I envy that person when I got one leg. This is what it is. I can't do anything. And me knowing for a fact that Pisces has an extra lifetime's worth of ancestral protection. That's what it is. Where are we running into a problem with that? Greed and envy. The opposition of the Earth Angels saw it as a money-making because of jealousy. Jealousy and envy. They wanted something that someone else, they have everything in the world except that. I've got everything, but I want that too. And then got everyone involved to get karma. I can't do anything about that. Enjoy your karma. That's what it is. They manifested it. What they wanted for another is what they wanted for themselves. And now that's where they're stuck. I can't do anything about that. They wanted you off the grid, they'll be off the grid. They wanted you broken homeless, they will be broken homeless. I can't do anything about that. They wanted large groups of people to come up against you, they're going to have large groups of people go up against them. I can't do anything about that. Right? People are starting to see, oh shit, what we heard and what we did was wrong. So what we heard from that person was wrong. And what we did was for them. And if what comes around goes around, that means we take our focus off of this individual and focus it on this one because it took a group to fail. That's what it is. And they don't have spiritual protection, obviously. There is a healer with spiritual protection that groups came after and whole groups failed. Cool. Each one of those groups had a leader. So now the group is going to turn around and go, this is all, our lives have went to shit because of you. Ain't got nothing to do with 5-star reviews. Got to do with that guy or that girl, and I can't do anything about that. I told you that these entities were working through them now, and now people are seeing it, right? If you can't fucking see Dorothy Holesapple talking to herself and losing her frickin' mind, then she must have got better from the time that I walked away. You can't help them. That's what it is. Just what it is. Anyway, yes, I agree. This is a very, very serious situation, and that's what it is. Just keep in mind, if their ultimate goal is to see me unhappy and depressed, well, cool. I'm going to laugh harder about natural disasters. I'm going to laugh harder about them being in hell on earth until they find their way out of it. That's what it is. I'm not going to be sad and depressed that they're in the hell on earth they created. I'm not. They got exactly what they wanted. What they wanted for another is what they wanted for themselves. Namaste.